What's up guys, Demon Asylum here bringing you all a new video. So the other day I posted a video regarding the topic of if we will see Fallout 5 or just a new Fallout game in general get released or at least get announced sometime during 2018. I also said in that video that there were a couple other games I would do the same kind of video for and that are in a similar situation where we very well could see them released sometime in 2018, but we also very well may not. So next in line here and for this video we have Borderlands 3. Let's get into it. Now the situation with Borderlands 3 definitely has its differences compared to a possible new Fallout game. The biggest difference of course is that we know for a fact from Gearbox, and for those of you that don't know, Gearbox is the company that develops Borderlands. We know from them that a new Borderlands game is being worked on. Now it may not end up being called Borderlands 3 as they also told us, but that's besides the point. We know a new Borderlands game is coming, and so now we're all left wondering when that could be, or rather when that is most likely to be. In order to come to what I feel is the most realistic answer to that question, we need to go over three main things. The first is that we heard about a new Borderlands game from Gearbox Software for the first time at PAX South back in January 2015. Randy Pitchford, who for those of you that don't know is the CEO and president of Gearbox Software, announced at that PAX event that while they had not started to work on the next Borderlands game yet, they wanted to get started soon and that they would need some more help to do so. With that, he followed to announce that their team would be hiring a bunch of new people to work on the next Borderlands game, and that he referred to as the big one. While I'm sure most people would have preferred to hear that the game was at least already being worked on, it was nice to get an announcement at all regarding the upcoming game. Not only that, but with the announcement they provided, it gave all the Borderlands fans a transparency in regards to Gearbox and the next Borderlands game that you don't normally see from other developers. The second main thing that we heard and to consider is from PAX West, which took place in September 2017. At that event, Randy Pitchford said that 90% of the Gearbox team are working on the thing he thinks most of us want them to be working on. Obviously, this was regarding the next Borderlands game, and while it wasn't confirmed as such, nor did we get any other information, it was again just nice to get some transparency and an update regarding the next Borderlands. The third and final main thing to consider is easily the most concrete evidence that we may very well see the next Borderlands game released in 2018. In November of 2017, Take-Two, which is the publishing company for Borderlands games, released their earnings report for the fiscal year of 2019. Now don't get confused about the 2019 part here, as fiscal years work a bit differently. Basically, the fiscal year of 2019 goes from April 1st of 2018 until March 31st of 2019. Anyway, in this earnings report, they said they expect fiscal 2019 to be a record year for net bookings and net cash provided by operating activities led by the upcoming launches of Rockstar Games' Red Dead Redemption 2 and a highly anticipated new title from one of 2K's biggest franchises. After people read about this, most instantly jumped to the conclusion that this highly anticipated new game from one of 2K's biggest franchises must be the next Borderlands game. And when you pair this information with the previous information I've covered in this video, it certainly looks that way. Not only that, but there really isn't another series that could realistically be getting referenced here, with the exception in some people's minds being BioShock. Considering we haven't really seen or heard anything regarding a new BioShock even possibly being worked on though, I highly doubt it. Of course, it's always a possibility, but based on what we know versus what we don't, I'm sticking by this unannounced game being the next Borderlands. Another thing worth noting is that all three past Borderlands games have released in either September or October, both months of which fall in the fiscal year of 2019 from Take-Two's earnings report. Also, I'm aware the Handsome Collection came out in March, but considering that was simply a remaster, I'm not including it, which I think is both fair and understandable. So with all of this information in mind, I personally think it's a pretty good chance we see the next Borderlands game release in 2018, and more specifically follow suit with previous Borderlands games and release sometime in September, October, or maybe even November. If this was to be the case, I think we'd likely get the announcement and some sort of showing of the game at E3 in June. Of course, Gearbox could always provide an announcement or an obvious teaser of the game's upcoming release or showing that will be at E3 before E3 actually happens, much like Bethesda did with Fallout 4. Unfortunately, since at the end of the day none of this information is concrete to the next Borderlands game releasing in 2018, there is always a chance we may not get it this year. If that ended up happening though, I am more than confident that sometime in this year, if not multiple times throughout this year, we would get updates or new information regarding the next Borderlands game, and maybe even still get a showing of it to some extent at either E3 or another gaming event such as PAX that Gearbox normally attends and has a panel at. That's going to be it for this video though, guys. guys, be sure to let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on all of this, and if you think we will see the next Borderlands game released sometime in 2018. And if you guys have enjoyed this video or found it informative, feel free to drop a like on it down below, and subscribe for many more videos to come. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.